Thank you very much. On behalf of all of us former Peace Corps volunteers, I think I can candidly admit that when I left in 1981, I knew I would be back. Korea was an important part of my life. I actually lived here as a child. My father was with USAID, and I believe he may have worked in this building when it looked like the building next door. So I knew when I left that I would be back, and I have been back many times. But it never crossed my mind that I would come back 30 some odd years later to be at an opening of an exhibit about the lives and experiences of us Peace Corps volunteers. Never crossed my mind. So it's an amazing experience, and for all of us who were former volunteers, we thank you so much for this opportunity and for this amazing exhibit that we're about to see. So I would like to thank a few people specifically. The director of the museum, Mr. Kim, and the senior curator, Dr. Shim, and to the curatorial staff who I know has spent hours making an exhibit out of the 1,000 some odd items that we sent. And to pull all of that together, to create a narrative, make an exhibit, is a tremendous amount of work, and we're very appreciative of that. But we had people on the US side who were doing a lot of work, and I want to thank them as well. To a couple of people who may not be here, Susanna Samstag-O and John Keaton were the people who sort of, I think, conceptualized this maybe 4 or 5 years ago. The idea that we all had boxes of materials and artifacts and memorabilia somewhere in our basements that might be the basis for an interesting exhibit. Mary Brody, who spent hours collecting, inventorying, organizing the shipping of the items and working with the museum staff to answer their questions. Suzanne Crowder-Hahn, who also served as a resource, and Yongbok Mayer, who also served as a translator and interpreter. And I mean those as two separate things. She was very helpful in guiding the museum staff and the FOK board in terms of understanding and being on the same page. And then the last group to thank, of course, are all the people who took the time to go find those boxes and pull them out and decide what you could part with. And I know, because it was hard for me, there were things I didn't want to give up. But then I thought, well, who else wants this? And I knew that nobody else would want these things, but it was still very hard. So thank you for doing that, and I want to thank everyone for making this a reality. Thank you.
나스콘 사장님께 감사드립니다. 다음은 이번 전시를